Hello everyone, and welcome to Wisdom and Wealth. I'm thrilled to have you join me today as we delve into a topic that's incredibly relevant, especially for those of us who have navigated a few decades of life. Ladies and gentlemen, let me pose a simple yet profound question. What if the greatest challenge you'll ever face isn't external but resides within your very own mind? Every single day, you awaken and step onto a mental battlefield. Whether you acknowledge it or not, your thoughts are constantly either propelling you forward or holding you firmly in place. Now, if you are finding value in today's discussion, I encourage you to hit that like button and consider subscribing to our channel, Wisdom and Wealth, for more insights on navigating life's journey with both wisdom and financial well-being. The world might try to convince you that your circumstances define you, that your past dictates your future, that your failures label you. But I'm here to share a far greater truth with you all. Your mind is the gateway to your future, and if you can learn to master it, you can effectively master your entire life. Too often, we underestimate the sheer amount of power we relinquish by allowing negative thoughts to roam freely and take up residence in our minds without any resistance. We carry around doubts that were often planted by fear, by individuals who didn't believe in us, or by our own past missteps, and we rarely pause to question them. We allow these thoughts to become our narrative, our story. But imagine if today were the day you drew a firm line in the sand, a clear boundary. Imagine if today were the day you declared, no more. No more letting fear dictate your future. No more allowing insecurity to dictate your decisions. No more repeating the harmful lies that tell you you're not good enough, smart enough, or worthy enough. Because here's the unvarnished truth, and I want you to absorb this deep into your core. You are not your negative thoughts. You are the individual who possesses the power to rise above them, to transcend them. There exists within you a version that is far stronger than that voice of doubt that constantly whispers in your ear. There's a version of you that inherently knows how to fight back, a version that believes, that grows, that heals, and that leads. But in order to fully access that powerful version of yourself, you must do something that most people unfortunately never learn to do. You must learn how to seize control of your thoughts. You must transition from being a slave to your mind to becoming its ultimate master. If you're ready to take charge of your mental well-being, don't forget to like and subscribe to Wisdom and Wealth for ongoing guidance and support on your journey. This journey isn't about pretending that everything is perfect or rosy. It's about facing the storm raging within you and choosing peace in spite of it. It's about learning to view your thoughts not as unyielding facts, but as patterns that can be broken with courage. It's about transforming your inner dialogue from one of constant criticism to one of compassion, from doubt to determination, and from fear to unwavering faith. This transformation begins right here, right now. So, if you've been feeling overwhelmed by anxiety, if you've been paralyzed by doubt, if your mind has been more of an enemy than a valuable weapon, listen closely, because in the next few moments, we're going to reshape your perspective, elevate your awareness, and provide you with the essential tools to reclaim control of your mental landscape. You deserve to be free, not just in your external circumstances, but most importantly, in your mind. This is more than just mere motivation, it's genuine mental liberation. So, let's begin by recognizing the power of your mind. Let's start with a fundamental truth that many are hesitant to admit: your mind is incredibly powerful. However, if left unchecked, it can also become your worst adversary. Every day, you experience thousands of thoughts, some positive and uplifting, but many are sadly negative. Thoughts like, I'm not good enough, I'll never achieve success, no one truly cares about me, or why even bother trying? These thoughts often materialize seemingly out of thin air. They're automatic, subtle, and repetitive. And the most perilous aspect is that the majority of individuals never question them. They accept these thoughts as if they were indisputable truths, allowing them to shape their identity, influence their actions, and ultimately sabotage their potential. But here's the crucial reality you need to embrace: you are not your thoughts. Read that again to let it fully sink in. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who hears the thoughts, the one who can challenge them, transform them, and rise above them. Your mind is akin to a garden. If you neglect it, weeds will inevitably grow, manifesting as negative thoughts, doubts, fears, and insecurities. However, if you become mindful and tend to your mental garden with care, you can remove those weeds and plant seeds of confidence, gratitude, faith, and strength. It all commences with awareness. The primary and most critical step in managing negative thoughts is simply recognizing them. Become the observer of your own mind. Start paying close attention to what you're telling yourself on a daily basis. Most people never undertake this crucial step. They operate on autopilot, controlled by their inner critic. But not you, not anymore. When a negative thought intrudes into your mind, pause and ask yourself, where did this thought originate? Is this thought based on verifiable facts or just irrational fear? Would I ever say this to someone I genuinely love? You'll begin to realize that many of your thoughts aren't logical or rational at all. They're emotional reactions rooted in past experiences, failures, or even trauma. They are not your predetermined destiny. They are merely patterns that can be broken and changed. Also, remember this, your brain is primarily wired for survival, not necessarily for happiness. This means it naturally seeks out danger, potential threats, and problems. That's precisely why negative thinking feels so automatic and effortless. But with increased awareness and intentional effort, you can rewire your brain to focus on growth, strength, and new opportunities. Consider starting a journal to record your thoughts, say them aloud, and challenge them. You must expose the lies that your mind is trying to tell you, because once you recognize the lie for what it is, you strip it of its power. Negative thoughts lose their potency the moment you shed light on them, and that's precisely what awareness accomplishes. It illuminates the darkness within your mind. So, always remember that you possess the power to choose which thoughts you believe. Not every thought is deserving of your attention, and not every thought is worthy of your energy. The more you recognize the patterns, the more control you regain over your mental landscape. You are not helpless, and you are certainly not broken. You are powerful, and it all begins with grasping this simple truth. Your thoughts do not define you unless you allow them to. Challenge and replace those lies that reside within your head. Once you become acutely aware of your negative thoughts, the next step is of utmost importance. You must actively challenge them. You can't merely notice the storm, you need to stand firm within it and speak truth to it. Most negative thoughts are rooted in fear, self-doubt, or past pain. They are mental habits, not immutable realities. They may sound convincing when they appear, but they are not based on actual truth. They are based on your wounds, your conditioning, and your deep-seated insecurities. And if you neglect to challenge them, they will continue to run your life on repeat, perpetuating the same negative patterns. Let's imagine a thought that suddenly pops up, I'm a complete failure. Now, pause and ask yourself, is that truly accurate? Have you genuinely failed, or have you simply encountered a setback? Did you perhaps learn something valuable from this particular experience? If you've achieved success in other areas of your life, would someone who genuinely loves you describe you in that manner? By questioning the thought, you begin to realize that it's not the whole truth, but rather a distorted belief that you've been carrying around, perhaps for many years. You've unwittingly accepted this lie as your core identity, but now is the time to reclaim your personal power. The most effective way to dismantle a lie is by declaring the truth over it, and this is where affirmations and positive self-talk become incredibly powerful tools, not as cheesy or empty slogans, but as intentional, truth-based statements that directly combat negativity. If the negative thought is, I'm not good enough, your appropriate response should be, I am learning, I am growing, and I am worthy of respect and success. If the thought is, I'll never get through this, your truthful response should be, I've survived every difficult day thus far, and I will survive this one, too. This isn't about promoting toxic positivity, nor is it about ignoring pain or pretending that life is perpetually perfect. It's about resolutely refusing to let your mind bully you with false narratives. It's about creating a mental environment where truth resonates louder than fear. You need to become the encouraging coach in your own head, not the relentless critic. Encourage yourself, speak life into your being, and correct your thinking in the same way you would gently correct a friend who is being excessively hard on themselves. Don't underestimate the profound impact of this habit. Thoughts can evolve into beliefs, beliefs shape our identity, and our identity ultimately drives our behavior. So, if you aspire to transform your life, you must begin by transforming your inner dialogue. Start by writing down your most common negative thoughts, and beside each one, write down a counter-truth. Say them out loud every morning, every night, and every time the lie resurfaces. Train your brain in the same manner you train a muscle, through consistent repetition, resistance, and unwavering patience. This is undoubtedly a battle, and in every battle, you need a well-defined strategy. Challenging your negative thoughts is your strategic approach, while replacing them with positive and truthful ones is your ultimate power. You are not weak for experiencing negative thoughts, however, you become strong when you make the conscious decision to confront them head-on. Your future hinges on which voice you choose to believe, so choose wisely. Speak truth to yourself, and rewrite the narrative within your mind, one thought at a time. And if you are enjoying the insights on wisdom and wealth, don't hesitate to like and subscribe to the channel. Control the input that shapes your thoughts. Your thoughts don't spontaneously appear from nowhere, they are heavily influenced by what you feed your mind every single day. Just as your body becomes a reflection of what you consume, your mind transforms into a reflection of what you consume mentally. If you aspire to overcome negative thoughts, you must take charge of the environment that molds them. Ask yourself these essential questions. What are you currently allowing into your mind? What kind of content are you consuming through your media? What types of conversations are you engaging in? Who are you choosing to surround yourself with? What do you typically see when you scroll through your phone? Because whether you realize it or not, everything you consume is essentially programming your brain. If you consistently watch content filled with drama, negativity, and chaos, don't be surprised when your thoughts become anxious and burdened. If you consistently surround yourself with individuals who complain, criticize, or spread fear, don't be shocked when your confidence begins to diminish. Your mind is a mirror reflecting your environment, so you must be intentional about creating a space physically, digitally, and emotionally that supports your mental health, rather than undermining it. Begin by evaluating your social media habits. Are the accounts you follow inspiring you and lifting you up, or are they draining you of your energy? Are they teaching you to think critically, love deeply, and grow continually, or are they fostering a sense of comparison, resentment, and self-doubt? Unfollow anything that doesn't contribute to your growth and well-being. Your inner peace is far more valuable than staying informed about other people's opinions. Next, take a close look at the individuals in your immediate circle. Some people naturally pour life into you, while others sow seeds of doubt and negativity. If someone consistently makes you feel inadequate, diminished, or hopeless, they are not aiding in your healing process. Sometimes, you must love people from a distance to protect your own peace and mental well-being. Now, shift your focus to what you can add to your life, not just what you can subtract. Fill your mind with uplifting truth. Read books that empower you, listen to podcasts that challenge your thinking in positive ways, and watch videos that motivate you, resonate with your spirit, and teach you how to grow. Surround yourself with voices that instill belief in your purpose and potential. The more you nourish your mind with wisdom, encouragement, and hope, the more naturally your thoughts will begin to shift in a more positive direction. You'll start thinking differently because your mental diet has undergone a positive transformation. This isn't about pretending that life is perpetually easy, it's about equipping yourself with the best possible tools to navigate the difficult days with resilience. Negative thoughts thrive in toxic environments, so take proactive steps to change that environment. Always remember that your mind is constantly listening, so provide it with something powerful and inspiring to hear. Guard your attention fiercely, and protect your inner peace as if your life depends on it, because in many ways, it truly does. You can't prevent every negative thought from forming, but you can certainly control how many seeds of negativity are planted in your mental garden in the first place. That's where your power truly lies. Control the input, and you begin to control the output. What goes in is ultimately what comes out, so choose wisely, because your future mindset hinges on it. Practice mindfulness and presence. One of the most potent tools you possess for overcoming negative thoughts is mindfulness, the ability to be fully present in the current moment without judgment. It might seem simple on the surface, but in a world that constantly pulls you into dwelling on the past or projecting into the future, being present is actually a revolutionary act. Most negative thoughts originate from two primary sources: regret about past events or anxiety about what the future might hold. You find yourself replaying old mistakes, overthinking what someone said, or worrying excessively about what might happen, and in doing so, you deprive yourself of the only moment that's truly real, this one right now. The present moment is where peace resides, where healing occurs, and where you reclaim your personal power. When you consciously slow down and become aware of your thoughts without judgment, you create space between yourself and your mind, and in that space, you gain control. Start practicing mindfulness daily, even in small and subtle ways. When you awaken in the morning, take a few moments to simply breathe. Resist the urge to immediately grab your phone or rush into your to-do list. Just breathe deeply, feel the air entering your lungs, and listen to the sounds around you, grounding yourself in the present moment. Now, when a negative thought surfaces, don't panic, and don't attempt to suppress it or run from it. Instead, observe it, acknowledge it, and name it. You might say to yourself, that's my fear of failure resurfacing again, or, there's my anxiety attempting to take over. The simple act of naming a thought can significantly weaken its grip on you, reminding you that you are the observer, not the prisoner, of your own mind. Another highly effective mindfulness technique is meditation. You don't necessarily need to sit for hours or chant mantras unless you find it personally beneficial. Even just 5 minutes of focused breathing, body scanning, or gratitude reflection can drastically shift your mental state. Meditation helps you detach from your thoughts and view them for what they truly are, temporary mental events, not permanent truths. Also, consider incorporating grounding exercises into your routine. When you feel overwhelmed, focus your attention on what you can see, touch, hear, smell, and feel. This pulls you out of your head and into your senses, back into reality, where your strength truly lies. Mindfulness isn't about maintaining a state of constant calm, it's about cultivating awareness of what's happening within you, so you can respond thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. It trains your brain to stop spiraling into negativity and start focusing on the present. It teaches you that just because a thought enters your mind doesn't mean it automatically belongs there. The more present you become, the less control your negative thoughts will have over you. You'll begin to recognize patterns, catch the lies sooner, and respond to life with intention, rather than mere impulse. So, give yourself the invaluable gift of presence, practice mindfulness. When your mind starts to wander into fear, gently guide it back with grace, one breath, one moment, one conscious choice at a time, because in this very moment, you are safe, you are enough, and you are entirely in control. And to further enhance your journey toward mental wellness, remember to like and subscribe to Wisdom and Wealth for more insightful content. Implement a daily mental fitness routine. Just as your body requires regular exercise to stay healthy and strong, your mind needs daily training to remain resilient and focused. Overcoming negative thoughts isn't a one-time fix, it's a consistent and intentional practice. If you aspire to achieve lasting change, you need a daily routine that strengthens your mindset, builds your confidence, and safeguards your inner peace. Think of it this way, you don't expect to gain lifelong strength from a single visit to the gym. Similarly, you can't expect your negative thoughts to vanish after reading one inspirational quote or watching one motivational video. Transformation occurs through repetition and consistent effort. So, what does a typical mental fitness routine entail? Start your day with intention, before the chaos of the world begins to encroach upon you. Take deliberate control of your inner world. Begin each morning with silence, prayer, meditation, or gratitude practices. This doesn't have to be time-consuming, just 5 to 10 minutes of stillness can significantly shift the trajectory of your entire day. Remind yourself of who you are, what you are grateful for, and what you aspire to become. Next, incorporate affirmations into your routine. Not just generic phrases, but truths that resonate directly with your struggles. If you struggle with fear, affirm, "I am courageous, and I move forward in faith." If you battle self-doubt, affirm, "I am capable, I am worthy, and I believe in myself." Speak these affirmations aloud, allowing your own voice to become the loudest and most influential one in your life. Throughout the day, practice mental check-ins, pausing momentarily to ask yourself, "What am I currently thinking? Is this thought helping me or harming me? Is it based on truth or on fear?" If the thoughts are negative, actively interrupt them, and don't allow them to go unchecked. Redirect them with truth. Even a brief moment of awareness can halt a negative spiral before it gains momentum. In the evening, conclude your day with reflection, write in a journal, review what went well, what you're proud of, and where you aspire to improve. Journaling assists you in tracking your growth, recognizing recurring patterns, and releasing pent-up emotions instead of suppressing them. You can also use this time to extend forgiveness to yourself for overthinking, for making mistakes, and for simply being human. Grace and self-compassion are integral parts of the growth process. Don't forget to nourish your mind with empowering content. Read books that inspire you, listen to motivational speakers who challenge you to rise above your limitations, and surround yourself with voices that uplift you, rather than ones that drown you in doubt. Even just 10 minutes a day can recalibrate your thinking and shift your perspective. And most importantly, be consistent. Your mental health is not a mere side project, it's the foundational bedrock for everything you do. The more you commit to building your mental strength, the easier it becomes to recognize and replace those negative thoughts before they take root and undermine your well-being. This is how you ultimately win the battle in your mind, by showing up every single day, even when it's difficult, even when you don't feel like it. You train, you grow, you rise, because your thoughts don't have the power to control you, you have the power to control your thoughts, and when you commit to that truth every day, you become truly unstoppable.